Really? Orange for fall? Well, ask yourself what color pumpkins are and then get back to me on that. This material object actually brings me joy. Hello! Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. So for today's eye look, I gotta be honest with you, I kind of blacked out for a second and then all of a sudden I had this. There are some days where you do your eye makeup and you think, I wanna look cute, I wanna look hot, if you will. And then there are other days where you just wanna doodle on your eyes and you wanna draw a little tree and you wanna put a little bird next to that tree and you wanna imagine, you know, maybe that bird's waiting for an acorn to fall. Why isn't that bird in the tree? Did the tree fall down? Who knows? There's so much we do not know about this nature scene on my face today, but that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to hear all about the very intricate backstory of this nature scene on my eyes today. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in fall beauty favorites. Oh my goodness, boy oh boy, is it fall. It's actually not. It's actually 2 days before fall. I thought the first day of fall was September 21st. Turns out it's September 22nd. I guess that's why Earth, Wind, and Fire wrote the song 21st Night of September. Maybe it's all about them remembering the last night of summer. You guys know that song?
Do you remember the 21st night of September?
That's a good one, you guys, it's a good one. But that also is not what this video is about. As I said, this video is gonna be all about my fall favorites. I'm gonna be telling you about some eyes, some lips, some cheek products. I've got a couple of lifestyle products that I will save to the end just in case you don't care about my lifestyle. So if you wanna hear all about my favorites for the fall of 2020, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching. It's coming at you right now. Alrighty, so to start off this fall favorites video, I would like to talk to you about a couple of eyeshadow palettes. So I did not buy either of these eyeshadow palettes in the fall. As you know, it's not even fall right now. It's September 20th. I'm sweating. It's 60 something degrees outside. There was a couple of eyeshadow palettes that I bought this summer, and immediately upon receiving them, I was like, ooh, these are gonna hit different in the fall. So far they have. So the first one I want to talk to you about is the Mented Cosmetics Everyday Eyeshadow Palette. I feel like I've screamed about this palette in quite a few videos. Mented Cosmetics is a company that I like a whole bunch. The thing that I like so much about this palette is that it looks very unassuming. You're like, okay, neutrals, who cares? You should care. The formula of this palette is so unbelievably good. It is so incredible. The mattes are so buttery. There's a lot of kick up in the pan, but don't let that deter you. I never experienced fallout on my eyes with these. I only see kick up in the pan, but they blend like a dream. If you are somebody who is new to makeup, or maybe you just are newer to eyeshadow, maybe you're intimidated by eyeshadow, not all eyeshadow palettes want to help you. Some eyeshadow palettes leave you out in the dust and they leave you to blend and blend and blend and blend and blend for 45 minutes and then they still look patchy. This eyeshadow palette is your friend. She won't do that to you. She is a good friend of yours and she will blend for you. You could really blend them into nothing if you want to. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing. I personally think it's a good thing because if you accidentally apply too much, you can kind of work it out. You just keep blending and blending and blending and blending and blending, and eventually it looks beautiful again. I think the color selection for this neutral palette is really interesting because it's not just browns. You know, they give you this beautiful deep burgundy shade. Is it burgundy or maroon? Who knows? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna call it burgundy for now, but this shade is absolutely stunning. I love these like peachy transition shades. There's no cream shades in this neutral palette. I hate a neutral palette with like 40 different shades of cream because one, those only really work for people with lighter skin tones. I mean, unless someone with a deeper skin tone was really trying to brighten something up. I don't love creams in a neutral palette. I think it's often a waste of space because we all have a face powder that we could use if we were trying to use like the same color as your skin tone. So I just think the color selection is really well utilized. These shimmers, but if you want to talk about the best shimmer formula I have ever used, it's these. These are the best shimmers I've ever used. These blend absolutely beautiful on the eyes. They are so bright, they are so reflective, they are so pretty. This is like a coppery one, and this one is a deeper brown shimmer. I just know that I am going to create all the fall looks with this, although I myself don't always stick to neutrals in the fall. As you can see, I'm not always much of a neutrals gal, but when I do want to create a neutral look, I'm absolutely going to be reaching for this palette because I just think the color selection is so beautiful and you can create such beautiful vampy looks for fall. So the next eyeshadow palette I want to talk to you about is great if you are somebody who likes neutrals but also likes maybe a few pops of color every now and again. It's the Zodiac Cosmetics Virgo palette. I feel like I've been screaming about it nonstop since I bought it because I love it so much. Let me open it for you. So this is their Virgo palette. Zodiac Cosmetics does have a palette for every single astrological sign, which as an astrology lover I think think is so fun and so cool. And I have to say, looking at all of the palettes, they're not all like completely different. Like there are some common shades in all of them, but I believe every palette has this row, which I think is a great row to keep consistent in your palettes, because this is like a neutral lover's dream, a neutral lover's dream with a little spritz of a little something extra, you know? It has this beautiful purpley shade, this beautiful coppery shade, another beautiful deep maroon or burgundy, whatever you want to call it, a beautiful mustard. Like there's so many good neutrals in here, and yet at the same time, if you want to keep things a little funkier, then you can. Look at these beautiful bright colors here. And these are in the Virgo palette, but every single palette, no matter what sign it is, has different pops of color. They're also fun. I believe they all come with the black too, which I think is fantastic. And I'm just a huge fan of this formula. Okay, I know I just said Mented Cosmetics has the best shimmer formula of all time, but I'm gonna say they're tied with the Zodiac Cosmetics palette. I think they're both equally buttery and beautiful and fantastic. The mattes in here are fantastic too. They blend like a dream. These are two palettes that I know when I pick them up, I'm not gonna have to think too hard. And nowadays, with the way things are going in 2020, sometimes it's nice to just not have to think. It's hard to mess up a look with either of these palettes because the quality is just so good. The Mented Cosmetics palette, I do believe, is $28, which I think is a good price considering how much product you get in here and the quality of it. This one is $30 regular price, but Zodiac Cosmetics puts every palette half off if it's during that season. So right now it's Virgo season, so for a couple more days you can get this palette for $15, and then it'll be Libra season, and then you can get the Libra palette for half off. But like I said, I think all of the palettes look really beautiful and they all have similar shades, so you pretty much get whatever you want. You know you're gonna get a great high quality palette with a good mix of mattes and shimmers, good mix of neutrals and pops of color, and what more could you want in an eyeshadow palette? I don't know. If you want anything else, you're being too picky. I'm sorry, I had to say it. All right, so those are my two picks for fall eyeshadow palettes. I definitely recommend both of these palettes. Okay, so now I wanna talk to you about a palette that is not an eyeshadow palette. It is a water activated eyeliner palette. I got it all over my eyes today. It is the B. Taylor Beauty Primary Aqua Liner Palette. So B. Taylor Beauty has two water activated eyeliner palettes. They have a pastels one, which has some really beautiful pastel shades in it, and they have their primary one, which has these beautiful babies inside of it. This green shade, I would die for this green shade. It's such a beautiful forest green. I have it as the outline of my graphic liner business here. I have it close to the lash line. I have it to outline my leaves here. And the formula of this is so nice. I have a whole video on it, so I won't scream about the formula too long, but just know it's really nice. I love it a lot. And I think these colors are so nice for fall. I think so often we see water activated liners come in these like wild neon colors and wild pastel colors, which I love and probably will continue to use into the fall. But if you're someone who wants to stick to slightly more muted colors, and I say slightly because they still pack a punch when it comes to the pigment, I think this palette is great. I think that we all need to get it out of our heads that fall colors need to only be like browns and oranges and burgundies, because forest green is a fall color too, and I will be aggressively wearing it throughout the entirety of the fall. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Check out the full video if you want to hear me scream about this for like 12 minutes straight. And yeah, I would definitely recommend this B. Taylor Beauty Aqua Liner Palette for the fall. All right, let's move on to a couple of face products. So this foundation I have not had for very long. I do have a full review on it if you want to hear me scream about it, but I already know that this Rare Beauty foundation is going to be my go-to fall foundation. And let me tell you why. So when I first got this, I assumed that it was going to be a very dewy, light coverage foundation just based off of the product photos and everything. But once I put it on, I was like, oh shoot, is this a matte foundation? Am I, me, queen of dewy, glowy skin, wearing a matte foundation? Yes, I am, and I gotta tell you, I'm loving it. And the reason I love it so much is because it gives you a matte finish, but it's not super drying or anything. The formula of this is so interesting. It has a shaker in it, because it's very liquidy. You have to shake it up before you use it so that it doesn't get separated, but it's just, it gives such a beautiful medium buildable coverage, and it gives a matte finish. Like you can see my skin is matte. I mean, I have something dewy on the cheeks, but try to just look at like my forehead and my side cheeks and everything. Like it's giving me a matte finish, but it's not a dull finish. There's no glowiness to this foundation on its own. If you put a glowy primer underneath, it'll definitely look a little glowier. Like I actually have a facial oil on underneath just because I think that makes my skin feel the most comfortable, and it gives me a little bit of hydration without giving like a shimmer underneath. But if you're somebody like me who has severely dry skin and normally like goes out of their way to avoid all of the matte foundation, foundations, I highly encourage you to reconsider with this Rare Beauty foundation. Get a sample if you can. I don't know if you can get samples at Sephora still. I really think the texture is gonna surprise you. It gives you that nice matte look that I feel like for some reason we all wanna have in the fall, but without compromising the moisture barrier of your skin. I don't get dry and crusty and gross throughout the day when I use this. It still gives me a matte finish. I'm such a big fan of it. If you wanna see my full review of all the products I tried from Rare Beauty, I will link it down below for you because that video was a whole bunch of fun and I love this foundation for fall and probably forever. All right, so another face product that I have to talk to you that I think is fantastic for fall. You see Bert just hop up on the bed. Bert is a big fan of fall as well. You say hi? Hi. It's the Fall Man, Prince of Fall. So the other product I have to talk to you about that I think is perfect for fall is a mini. It's a teeny tiny baby. I got this in my birthday gift for Sephora. It came with this Milk lip and cheek tint, and I also got a little Kush mascara. I also got a Hydro Grip primer. If you want to watch me try all that stuff for the first time in my Sephora haul, I will link it down below. However, this lip and cheek tint, I knew right from the start. The second it touched my cheeks, I went, ooh, this is fall. Yes, this is fall. This is fall in a balm, and I love it so much. This is a lip and cheek tint. I have been wearing it mostly on my cheeks. I don't know how well you can see it today. I feel like some of it might have come off. Let me put a little more on for you. Oh, look at that. Such a pretty color. It's got a neutralness to it, but it's neutral in a way that's still fun because sometimes neutral blushes can just pull very bronzy on me and it tends to look like I just put bronzer on my cheeks, which is a look, you know, that's a look in itself and that's fine, but I tend to like something with a little bit more of a flushiness to it, with a little bit of a redness in it, and I feel like this absolutely gives that to me. Actually, it's funny, it looks pretty much like the color I have on my lips today. I'm not wearing this as a lip product today, but it looks very similar to this lipstick that I like to wear all the time and that I will talk about in a short moment. So I love how they go together. This color is called Work, W-E-R-K.
Work, 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 work. You see me when I work, 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 work. You see me
I don't know all the words to that song, but I know that Work is one of them. So I'm a big fan of this lip and cheek tint. I think that all of the Milk stick formulas are really nice. I actually have their stick holographic highlighter and their stick bronzer. I love them all so much. They're super easy to work with. You can put them on with a sponge or with your fingers or with a brush. I'm a big fingers gal, so I love that I can apply this very easily with my fingers. I think the formula is really nice. It gives a nice, somewhat dewy finish, but not so dewy that it's like, you know, you look shiny or anything. Like, and you can set it down if you want. You could absolutely go over this with a powder if you wanted to set it down. Me, personally, I like a little hydration, so I kind of like to pair this with the Rare Beauty foundation since that one is so matte and this has a little bit more of a dew to it. I just think it's really fun. I think it's gonna be fantastic for fall. I love the color and I love the finish, and yeah, that's about that on that, I'd say. Okay, now we're gonna move on to lip products. I actually was inspired to make this video today because I recently watched my friend Brittany Elise's video where she did a bunch of fall lips and she did lip swatches and everything, and I was like, oh my gosh, how fun. I love to hear about fall lip products. I will link Brittany's channel down below and her video because she is very, very cool and she just hit 1,000 subscribers, which is super exciting. So go watch that video, go subscribe to her. She is so great. Okay, so let's talk about the lipstick that I'm wearing today. I discovered this lipstick in my video where I did a full face of Virgo makeup, or at least a nearly full face of Virgo makeup. This is the Colourpop Luxe lipstick in the velvet finish in the color Virgo Moon, of which I am not. I'm a Virgo sun and a Sagittarius moon, but I'm just thrilled to have anything with the word Virgo in it in this color. It's so, so pretty. This color was made for fall. This is like perfect for me. I love a deep colored lipstick in the fall. I feel like that's what we all think of when we think of fall lips. We think of something deep and vampy, which I love. I love a deep vampy moment, but sometimes I do want something a little easy to throw on, you know, something that doesn't overpower a look. It's almost like a nude. I don't know if you would quite call this a nude. I guess it's kind of like a red toned nude, but I'm gonna go ahead and call it a nude. I love the velvet finish in these Colourpop Velvet Luxe lipsticks. I had never tried that formula until my Virgo makeup video, and it's so, so comfortable. It's like a matte, but there is really something velvety about it. Like it almost feels like you have powder on your lips. It's like a powdery finish. It's very comfortable. It fades very beautifully throughout the day. I feel like it's very easy to throw on. I love an easy lip product. That's my whole thing. So yeah, I would definitely recommend checking out the Colourpop Velvet Finish Luxe lipsticks, and definitely check out the color Virgo Moon because look at this. Virgo Moon is Virgo approved. All right, I got one more lipstick and then we're moving on to lip gloss. I just talked about this one in my Sephora haul too. It's the Fenty Mademoiselle lipstick in the shade Saucy. So the Fenty Mademoiselle lipsticks are actually on sale on the Sephora website right now for $12, which is incredible because this formula is awesome. It has the word matte in the title, and I know you're like, ugh, matte, do I really want a matte lipstick? You do when it's this formula, because this is an incredibly comfortable matte formula. It's so pigmented. Did you see that? It was like one swipe and my lips are orange. And I know you might see this and be like, really? Orange for fall? Well, ask yourself what color pumpkins are and then get back to me on that. I think this orange is a beautiful fall color. I know it's like a lot with this eye look today, but I will insert a picture of me wearing an all orange look that I did the other day. In this picture, I have it on my lips, on my eyes, and on my cheeks. We love a versatile lip product, and I am always happy to put lipstick on my eyes and my cheeks because I think that you shouldn't limit yourself to just putting things on your lips when you could put them everywhere. Look at how pretty this color is. Okay, that's enough about this lipstick. Let's put some gloss on. Okay, the last gloss I'm gonna talk about is a little bit of a bougie purchase. I know. I did this Sephora haul for my birthday where I treated myself to a couple of more high-end things that I might not normally treat myself to, and one of those items was this Pat McGrath mini lip gloss trio. Actually wasn't a bad deal. I got 3 of these mini lip glosses for $25. This is one of them. The shade Divine Rose is so pretty and I think so perfect for fall because it's a nice deep mauve-y color, but it's very sheer, so when you put it on, it's not like as deep as this. It smells like cream soda, which scents and lip products are very important to me. I don't care about scents in anything other than lip products, but if my lip product doesn't smell like something super sickeningly sweet, I don't want it. This applicator is awesome. It's super flexible too. I just think this color is so pretty. It's so, look how shiny it is. It's like so unbelievably shiny and pretty, and I just feel like this is such a pretty like deep mauve color, but without being too deep, so that way it makes it easy. The more sheer a lip product is, the easier it is to me to just throw it on and not worry about it too much. Most of the time I can't be bothered with a lip liner, so I like lip products that can be worn without a lip liner, and I feel like everything I showed you today absolutely can be. I guess you could get the full size of this. I don't know how much these cost, but her mini lip trios are 3 for $25, and I honestly feel like that was a really good deal because this formula is super high quality. I think the quality absolutely matches the price, and this color, Divine Rose, is gonna be a go-to staple for me in the fall. All right, so that was the last makeup product that I had to talk about. What are you doing with your hands? Stop that. So if you wanna exit the video now, I don't have any more makeup stuff to talk about, but I encourage you to stay so that you can hear about some really incredible smelling lifestyle products. One of those is actually from a friend of mine's new brand. Shout out to Ashley. My friend Ashley, who I used to work with, just started a skincare brand, and she came out with some whipped body butters. Her brand is called Body Essentials, and this whipped body butter is everything to me. Look at how it looks like frosting. First of all, I had to like use a lot of willpower not to just take a little lick of it because it just looks like frosting to me. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And this scent is serotonin in a jar for me. This material object actually brings me joy, and I'm so thrilled that I can rub it all over my body. The scent is butter pecan, and it's like fall in a jar. It's so nice. It's just, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm sure this is what butter pecan smells like, so if you've smelled that before, this must be it. I haven't smelled a lot of butter pecan things before, but I took a chance on this because I trust Ashley, and she is absolutely deserving of my trust because this is fantastic. It's so nice and hydrating too. I'll show you what it looks like on my fingers. Literally looks like frosting, right? You're like, oh my god, it's, nope. You put it on and it's nice and whipped, and then just warm it up between your hands a little bit, and it turns into basically like an oil. Like you can see how like shiny I am, but it doesn't leave a greasy feeling on your body at all whatsoever. It sinks into the skin really quickly, but the smell lingers, and that's my favorite part of it. The smell absolutely stays around for a long time. You don't have to use a lot of product to cover your whole body in. I know it looks like a small jar, but you only have to take a teeny tiny bit, then you rub it between your fingers, and you can cover like your whole arm with such a small amount. She has a lot of other scents with this one. I'm waiting for her to get the pink sugar scent back in stock because if you're not new to my channel, you know I constantly scream about that pink sugar perfume that I wanted when I was a preteen and I never got. I'm hoping that it smells the same way that pink sugar perfume smelled because wow, that scent was incredible, so I will absolutely be buying that one when it comes back in stock. But definitely check out her shop. I'm gonna link it down below because I am so impressed by this whipped body butter, and she has some scrubs too. I want to try out her body scrubs too. I just can't wait to see what she comes out with next. I'm so incredibly happy for her. I think this product is awesome, and I can't wait to buy a million more of them. brand. So congratulations, Ashley, and this is definitely going to be an essential for me for the fall. This is Body Essentials, that's the name of the brand. Okay, and the last product I want to talk to you about is a candle, and I'm so sorry, I don't think they're in stock right now, but as soon as they come back, you have to get a Forvr Mood candle by Jackie Aina's brand, because this scent, Matcha Business, it's not at all what I thought it was gonna smell like. Because you look at matcha, and I don't know why, I just assumed it was gonna smell like a green tea frap or something. It doesn't. It smells like hazelnut chocolate cake to me. I know one of the notes is supposed to be hazelnut. I think another one of the notes is lavender. I don't get a whole ton of lavender from it because I'm not a huge fan of the lavender smell, but it doesn't smell very lavendery to me. And honestly, it smells like somebody's baking, which that's a smell I really like. I definitely recommend you check it out when it's back in stock. I want to go pick up Caked Up because I've heard that everybody loves Caked Up, and that's a sweet smelling one too. If you haven't noticed by now, I really like sweet smelling things, and this Matcha Business candle is so sweet. I also have to say it burns really slow. I have been played before by candles saying they were slow burning, and then I lit them for like 2 nights and they were already halfway gone. I have had this candle for almost 2 months now, and I'm like here on it. Like I've barely made a dent in it. It burns so nice and slowly. Oh, it smells so good. And the smell lingers too. Even when it's not lit, I'll walk by this candle and I smell it, and that's everything to me. Also, even after you blow it out, the scent will linger for hours and hours afterwards, so I absolutely love that about this candle. I definitely recommend checking out Forvr Mood when they're back in stock, because I think that she really nailed it with this candle collection. I love it so much. All right, everybody. I'm just gonna keep smelling my hands now because they smell like that butter pecan body butter. Oh my gosh, that is all my favorites for fall. Please let me know what your fall favorites are. If you're gonna check out any of the products that I talked about today, if there's something that I didn't mention that you think I would love. I love to get recommendations from people who watch my videos because then I feel like you have like a greater idea of the kind of stuff that I like. I don't know, I love when you and I can exchange ideas and exchange recommendations with each other and discover some new hidden gems. So I hope that we were able to do that with this video. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They're always really cute and sweet and fun and fresh like this one. Also, be sure to check out my description box for everything I'm wearing on my face today, as well as a ton of Black Lives Matter resources, including petitions to sign, places to donate, and ways to help protesters. Please make sure you're staying involved on what's going on in your country and helping in any way that you can. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!